Welcome to your Inspirational Astrology Horoscope for Monday, September 8th, 2014. I'm astrologer David Palmer, the Leo King, here to illuminate the collective consciousness. At my website, inclusiveastrology.com, my September 2014 webinar is going half off. I'm doing this a week early because starting next week, the daily horoscope is going to be changing just for the month. That's because I'm going to be gone on tour for one long month. And I won't be able to do the daily astrology on the green screen like this, showing the chart. I'm going to be much more out in nature, out in the world. And I'm going to be doing it through my Hollywood astrology program. So it's going to be a little different. It's going to be still a great horoscope, but it won't be daily. It won't be so routinely like this. So I thought to give you the most of the month and to give you the best astrology I could, I wanted to give you this horoscope at a discounted rate. So check it out at inclusiveastrology.com for the 2-hour video into the whole entire month. And speaking of my tour, leokingevents.com to find out more about the tour little by little this week, the locations, the venues, and more importantly, the tickets will be up and available if you're going to be in any of those cities. Hope that you check it out. And we have made it to the full moon in Pisces. And this is a very sensitive, powerful full moon because we're dealing with Virgo and Pisces, right? The sun in Virgo, this moon in Pisces. That's very unique and very special energy. Virgo represents the reality, the moment to moment of this life. Pisces is this other dimensional world, the other side, our spiritual life. And this is triggering our realities very intensely. This could be a day where there are life-changing moments. Because this full moon is super duper powerful. It's on top of Chiron. And Chiron is our wounds, but deeper than that, it is the ability of us learning to fully develop without feeling like we can't develop. That's because Chiron is an energy that never became a planet like all the other planets. And it's got a weird and different orbit. And here's a full moon in Pisces, the most sensitive full moon of the year, highlighting Chiron, which is in the most sensitive sign of Pisces. We have got to step over the wounds and, more importantly, our development issues into fully developing into the power of who we think we are, especially in our soul. And to see the reality, map that completely. This is a day where it can heal you extremely. And on top of that, because Pisces is a duality sign, this can also extremely highlight where you are falling into a subconscious issue of development issues. So look at your sun sign horoscopes. Join me at Leo King Premium. You know, if you really want to go deeper into your sun sign horoscopes, you can get that at my website, theleoking.com. But this Pisces energy is definitely sensitive. It's the fish. Have you ever touched a fish? They don't like it because there is no protection. Imagine that with us today, as we are going to highlight our sensitivities. And it is very sensitive, especially in Virgo, which is kind of hypochondriac, already kind of a weird, like it can feel every little nook and cranny. This is super highly sensitive, but this could also draw in the situations and the reality that can overcome our wounds, overcome our development issues. And we need to step at this point now of really stepping out of development issues, really stepping out of energies that are wounding us. Mercury as well, making a square to Pluto now. So fears are becoming deeper, and we need to shed these fears off and find harmony and not get so rigid or overbearing, as this Pluto and Capricorn can be so demanding of which way things need to be. And Mercury and Libra trying to weigh it out can make it confusing. Go with the flow. Relax. Another part of a full moon in Pisces is about learning to take the flow, learning to go with the flow. The universe is bringing you down a purpose or a place for a reason. See how that this day is bringing you to a place to help you develop better, into a soul, into the reality the way that you want to more, to step you over of logical fears that you might have deep inside of your subconscious or just conscious world that are very deep and that you need to shed. But deeper than that, Venus in opposition to Neptune for the next 48 hours in the middle of this full moon. So this highlights projects, money, relationships very intensely, because this is the energy where we need to start to really pay attention to what the signs are in this place. We need to as well be very real, but at the same time we really need to pay attention to our sensitivities and our deeper intuitive aspects. This is also a very intuitive day. So we need to see if we're on track or not today, if we're on a place where we're running away from developing over issues that we need to heal, or if we're running for them and we're racing them and we're truly accomplishing a higher vibrational and spiritual self. So this is a very deep spiritual day. This is a very karmic day. And this is a day that will set the tone for the reality of your life. We will not have a full moon like this again. Especially this yod that is formed. The sun making its really powerful action over with Saturn this week, a nice sextile. So there's stability no matter what this week. But it is making a yod to Uranus. There's got to be these new innovative ways, bold moves we must make. And we've got to see that our reality has to be matching with these bold moves. And more importantly, our truth has to be dedicated by making plans and by really finding ways to truly accomplish our depth. We have to invest in truth. We have to give it all in. You know, if you're not willing to go all in your life and lose or win, you have to see that you can't get it 100%. And there's a part of us today that has to realize, and throughout this week, especially as the Sun and Saturn sextile, that our reality and our truth have to be on team. This is 2 times out of every 30 years that the Sun in Virgo sextile Saturn in Scorpio. Twice in every 30 years. So you have to see that this is a very rare moment in our lives where our truth, the reality, the bold moves we must make, the sensitivities, the overcoming of them, the looking at relationships and projects and tapping into a higher dimensional self and adding the fantasy with reality, all have come together on a day like today. Pay attention. This is a very rare day, and this is a day that is definitely going to separate you from seeing whether or not you're truly living the reality that you should be and overcoming your wounds or not. The card of the day is the Three of Cups upright. There's a lot to celebrate about. This is where we mix fantasy and reality. This is where we can celebrate something, because I think today we can heal our wounds and we can have something change our lives so powerful today to celebrate about, because we are about to see that our reality can mirror our deeper spiritual true self. Check out my website, inclusiveastrology.com, if you have any questions or if you want to have a one-on-one reading. Also, check out my premium service, sun sign horoscopes, alien videos, and much more at theleoking.com. And I'll see you tomorrow.